According to the Torah, the tribe of Benjamin was one of the tribes of Israel, from after the conquest of the land by Joshua until the formation of the first kingdom of Israel in c. 1050 BCE. The tribe of Benjamin was a part of a loose confederation of Israelite tribes. No central government existed, and in times of crisis the people were led by ad hoc leaders known as judges. The entire tribe of Benjamin, women and children included, was almost wiped out by the other Israelite tribes after the Battle of Gibeah. The remnant of the tribe was spared and allowed to marry women of another town, whose husbands had been killed, to enable the tribe to continue. Responding to a growing threat from Philistine incursions, the Israelite tribes formed a strong, centralized monarchy. The first king of this new entity was Saul, from the tribe of Benjamin, which at the time was the smallest of the tribes. He reigned from Gibeah for 38 years. After Saul died, all the tribes other than Judah remained loyal to the house of Saul, but after the death of Ishbosheth, Saul's son and successor to the throne of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin joined the northern Israelite tribes in making David, then king of Judah, king of the United Kingdom of Israel and Judah. On the accession of Rehoboam, David's grandson, in c. 930 BCE, the northern tribes split from the house of David to reform a kingdom of Israel. The tribe of Benjamin remained a part of the kingdom of Judah until Judah was conquered by Babylon in c. 586 BC and the population deported. Origin. According to the Torah, the tribe consisted of descendants of Benjamin, the youngest son of Jacob with Rachel. Character. In the blessing of Jacob, Benjamin is referred to as a ravenous wolf. Traditional interpretations often considered this to refer to the might of a specific member of the tribe, either the champion Ehud, King Saul, or Mordecai of the Esther narrative, or in Christian circles, the Apostle Paul. The temple in Jerusalem was traditionally said to be partly in the territory of the tribe of Benjamin, and some traditional interpretations of the blessing consider the ravenous wolf to refer to the temple's altar, as similarly in regard to the heavy presence there of biblical sacrifices. Some scholars believe that it instead originates from the tribe having the figure of a wolf in its standard. The Battle of Gibeah. The tribe of Benjamin is initially described in the Bible as being very pugnacious, for example in the Song of Deborah, and in descriptions where they are described as being taught to fight left-handed, so as to be able to wrong-foot their enemies, and where they are portrayed as being brave and skilled archers. However, an abrupt change of character to one of placidity occurs in the text after a traumatic incident for the tribe. The Book of Judges recounts that an incident of the rape of a concubine who belonged to a member of the tribe of Levi by part of the tribe resulted in a battle at Gibeah, in which the other tribes of Israel sought vengeance, and after which the surviving members of Benjamin were systematically slaughtered, including women and children. When Benjamin was nearly extinguished, it was decided that the tribe should be allowed to survive, and the 600 surviving men of Benjamin were married off to women from the tribe of Machir, whose men had been killed when it was discovered that they had not participated in the war against Benjamin. When these events took place is subject to academic dispute. According to textual scholars, biblical text that describes the battle and surrounding events is considerably later, originating close to the time that they postulate as the date of the Deuteronomous compilation of Judges from its source material, and may exaggerate numbers and of modes of warfare, and additionally, the inhospitality that triggered the battle is reminiscent of the Torah's account of Sodom and Gomorrah territory. According to the Hebrew Bible, following the completion of the conquest of Canaan by the Israelite tribes after about 1200 BC, Joshua allocated the land among the 12 tribes. To Benjamin he assigned the territory between that of Ephraim to the north and Judah to the south, with the Jordan River as the eastern border. and included many historically important cities, such as Bethel, Gibeah, and encroached on the northern hills of Jerusalem. Modern Israeli scholars have identified most of the towns mentioned in the book of Joshua and that belong to the lot of Benjamin. Only those towns and villages on the northernmost and southernmost territorial boundary lines, or purlieu, are named in the land allocation, though, in actuality, all unnamed towns and villages in between these boundaries would still belong to the tribe of Benjamin. The Babylonian Talmud names 3 of these cities, all of which were formerly enclosed by a wall, and belonged to the tribe of Benjamin: Lydda, Ono, and Geha Harashim. Presumably, the westward boundary of the tribe of Benjamin would have stretched as far as the Mediterranean Sea, marking what is now one of the southernmost butts and bounds of Benjamin's territory is the spring of the waters of Nephta, a place identified as Kephar Lifta, and situate on the left-hand side of the road as one enters Jerusalem. It is now an abandoned Arab village. The word Lifta is merely a corruption of the Hebrew name Nephta, and where a natural spring by that name still abounds. Though Jerusalem was in the territory allocated to the tribe of Benjamin, it remained under the independent control of the Jebusites. Judges chapter 1 verse 21 points to the city being within the territory of Benjamin, while Joshua chapter 15 verse 63 implies that the city was within the territory of Judah. In any event, Jerusalem remained an independent Jebusite city until it was finally conquered by David in c. 11th century BC and made into the capital of the United Kingdom of Israel. After the breakup of the United Monarchy, Jerusalem continued as the capital of the southern kingdom of Judah. The ownership of Bethel is also ambiguous. Though Joshua allocated Bethel to Benjamin, by the time of the prophetess Deborah, Bethel is described as being in the land of the tribe of Ephraim. Then, some 20 years after the breakup of the United Monarchy, Abiah, the second king of Kingdom of Judah, defeated Jeroboam of Israel and took back the towns of Bethel, Jeshna, and Ephron, with their surrounding villages. Ephron is believed to be the Ophrah that was also allocated to the tribe of Benjamin by Joshua. Its situation, between the leading tribe of the Kingdom of Israel and the leading tribe of the Kingdom of Judah, may have been prophesied in the blessing of Moses, where it is described as dwelling between YHWH's shoulders. Some textual scholars view this as a postdiction, maintaining that the poem was written long after the tribe had settled there. Fate. After the dissolution of the United Kingdom of Israel in c. 930 BC, the tribe of Benjamin joined the tribe of Judah as a junior partner in the Kingdom of Judah, or Southern Kingdom. The Davidic dynasty, which had roots in Judah, continued to reign in Judah. As part of the Kingdom of Judah, Benjamin survived the destruction of Israel by the Assyrians, but instead was subjected to the Babylonian captivity. When the captivity ended, the distinction between Benjamin and Judah was lost in favor of a common identity as Israel, though in the biblical book of Esther, Mordecai is referred to as being of the tribe of Benjamin, and as late as the time of Jesus of Nazareth some still identified their Benjamite ancestry.